Says we're live. I believe we're live, and we are live tonight from the Arctic Air Studios, where this week you don't have to worry too much about your air being Arctic here in West Texas. We finally got some fall temperatures rolling our way, but maybe some hot days still coming, but we know what is coming in. It's going to be cold weather, so then when your air is too Arctic, you're going to need to call the bear, right? We want to get you guys on the United Supermarkets text line if you're watching on YouTube and on Twitter X, 806-772-0197. That's how we visit with you guys. Brought to you in part tonight by our good friends at McAlpin Chiropractic. If your back's out of whack, don't call it quack, call Kevin Mack. That's not his slogan. Could be. Great Red Raider, Texas Tech, high-level track and field athletes. They've worked with him for decades. That's pretty good trust by Texas Tech. Our man Kevin McAlpin. Good Canyon Eagle. Also by the Reserve Culinary Tavern, 103rd Quaker. If you love Nick's, this is even better. Great fun menu, fantastic. Great brunch Saturday, Sunday. You got people coming into town, you're not sure where to take them. I highly recommend the Reserve. And Chef Willie, still making awesome pizza, still doing holiday pies. What more do you need to know? All right, let's get it going tonight on a variety of subjects. The early arrivals, you know what to do. Indeed, Craig, the talking box is on. Damon says so as well. You let us know the audio is good, the video is good. Give us thumbs up, hearts, all that stuff. Then you share it with your friends out there. And we say again to those joining us on YouTube and on Twitter, we can't see your comments. You've got to use the United Supermarkets text line, 806-772-0197. I think we've got enough to get going. Let's do it in 3, in 2. Good evening, West Texans, all you good, fine, friendly folks out there who wish you were. I'm Ryan Hyatt, theraiderland.com. That's the website you start your day with. Get your question of the day, Raiderland hot links, everything ready to go. The hot links, we're having a lot of fun, getting good feedback on that. People are enjoying the stuff we're linking to. I figure if I like it, I find it interesting, you guys are going to find it interesting as well. You can even drop your own stuff in the comment section there at theraiderland.com. And if we like it, we'll share it in the next day's run on Raiderland Hot Links. Look at that. Look at that. Product placement. Not bad. Yeah, that's pretty good. Can't get that at the Reserve, probably, maybe. Don't know. Maybe. Doesn't really matter. Let's talk some Texas Tech football tonight. We'll talk Dr. Deborah Birx, the scarf-wearing Fauciite, who has just been hired by Texas Tech. We will discuss Bandwagon Wednesday, created by a listener to the radio show. Quite simply, it's the things you're into, the things you support, and the things you don't want to have anything to do with. Which bandwagons are you on? Which bandwagons are you off? Sports or otherwise. And tonight, by the graciousness of your host, me, Ask Coach Hyatt is back. A Wednesday staple, Ask Coach Hyatt. I play the role of a generic coach. You will ask me generic questions. I will answer generically. And then if it fits, I will give you what the coach would really like to say. So if you do have a question like that. Now, this is not me. I'm not playing the role of Joey McGuire or Krista Gerlich or Wes Kitley or anybody like that. I'm not Tim Tadlock. I'm Coach Hyatt. Ask Coach Hyatt. But I have a special insight, I like to think, into how coaches' minds operate and sometimes what they'd really like to say. So all that going on tonight. Anything else that's on your mind, we want to hear from you. We do pose the question tonight, what do you get by playing Tarleton State if you're Texas Tech? What do you get out of this game? What do you get from playing an FCS team? All-time record FCS, 26-1. And I think most people around here can probably remember the lone loss to what is now considered an FCS level team. I think so. Yeah, Tech basically hired the female version of Fauci. I agree with you, even though she's tried to rehabilitate her image. Yeah, I mean, you'll get a win, most likely. In 21 and 20, Matt Wells barely got his win. Hence one of the reasons why he was shown the door. Those have been the only close calls going back to the mid-'80s, where Texas Tech is just routinely good teams, bad teams, everybody in between has routinely just destroyed teams of this level, this caliber. So what do you get out of it? Why are you doing it? You get a warm-up where you can fix problems. Do you really? Because I'm looking at a lot of years where teams just beat the hell out of teams just like this In Lane, it didn't really matter, did it? It didn't fix any problems, did it? So what do you get out of it? Central Arkansas, 2014, 42-35, Cliff Kingsbury. So what do you get out of doing it? Get your thoughts in on that. We're in kind of a free fire zone tonight. Anything and everything. Ask Coach Hyatt your generic questions for a generic coach that I'll give you a generic answer. Give me bandwagons you were on, bandwagons you were off this week in sports or otherwise. I'll get to my thoughts on tech hiring Dr. Birx as we go through tonight. Oh, and by the way, the Kansas State's game sold out. Sold out. They announced that today. How is this possible? I am old enough to remember seemingly astute people saying, Texas Tech going to really struggle selling out that big 60,000, and now it's like 59,000. That big stadium when there's no A&M coming to town, no Nebraska coming to town, when there's no Texas and Oklahoma on the schedule coming to town. That's 4 sellouts this year. None of those teams are involved. My God, it's almost like people want to go watch Texas Tech play football. CJ, you should get back in the win column and gain confidence. Listen, if you beat the hell out of Tarleton State and you're Texas Tech, I wouldn't be thumping my chest too much riding around on the Lime scooter on campus come Monday. Sorry. Sell out the other 2 games as well, most likely. But it can't be done. What if? What if Texas Tech fans are actually kind of growing up, standing on their own 2 feet now, and they don't need Texas, and they don't need A&M, and they don't need Oklahoma. All they need to know is that Tech's playing football. We're going to go. We're going to create our own weather. I saw Norin Sodiasi post today on social media. Very good post. Basically saying, why can't we have a college game day atmosphere at Texas Tech every game? You can. It's up to you. You create your own weather. Ain't nobody stopping you. You can go balls to the walls every single game. You can go crazy. A good example of this back in the day, South Carolina. What is that? Homer Bryce? I think Homer Bryce Stadium. They just showed up no matter what. 60, 70,000 crazy fans. They weren't really good. Sometimes they were bad. They were never really good. But they created their own weather. You get to wear a cool Donnie Anderson throwback against Tarleton. I do? Huh? Yeah. Oh, they do. Yeah. Yeah, it'll be a pretty good uniform look coming up on Saturday night. So we asked, what do you get out of playing these games? Why play these games? I hope as the NCAA loses control over football and this coalesces, that will also help in these games. That games will be more on an even footing, very much like the National Football League. Can you imagine if 2 out of the 17 games, NFL teams played CFL teams, or like the Pottsboro Chieftains, that they played like a minor league team? Because Tarleton State, minor league college football. No offense. Love the Purple Poo. George Kennedy called it home. Love you. It's minor league football. That hopefully with the expanded playoff, the winnowing down, and we put football in its own little box where it should be, that we don't have these games anymore. That you're not paying for other schools. That they're not whoring themselves out like Tarleton State is, risking life and limb and a lot of injuries so they can go have a basketball program and a baseball program. That hopefully we can end that when we get this away from the NCAA. Tech gets 17% of the way to a bowl by playing Tarleton. As I understood it, there would be no math involved, Mrs. Birx. Maybe when the NCAA goes away, these FCS games go away. We hope so. That's what I'm hoping. No, but that's part of the TV deal. I hope that's part of the deal, that if you're part of the lucky 64, 72, or whatever it ends up being, they say, you guys play each other every week. That's how we're going to generate the TV revenue. Ain't nobody wanting to pay money on advertising for Tech and Tarleton. What is it on ESPN Plus? Or are they making you watch this thing on? Is that what it's on? Yeah, ESPN Plus. Who's calling the game? Noah Reed and Ryan Leaf. Oh, there you go. We like Ryan Leaf on the color commentary. He does a nice job. You guys can fire away your questions on Ask Coach Hyatt. I play the role of a generic coach. You can ask me generic questions. I will answer generically. And I might even tell you exactly what the coach wants to say. Also, United Supermarkets text line ready to go. Utilize that if you're watching on Twitter. If you are watching on YouTube, 806 772 0197. That is the only way that I will be able to see your questions and comments during said program, and you can share this and invite some more people in. Bandwagons we're on, bandwagons we're off. We're on the weather bandwagon right now. Feels great. Almost, you know how you have a really nice day in the spring and you want to be outside. You feel bad for being inside. I've kind of felt bad for being inside the last couple of days, even though it's been a little rainy, that you just want to be out there. I pulled a weed today. I just bent over and it came right out of the ground. And it was almost like, thank you. That was easy. I reached over to pull out weeds this summer and just nothing happened. Stalemate. Absolutely fell over. Dallas defense bandwagon. As long as Parsons is good, you're going to be good. Defense is good. You got a really good defensive coordinator. Never make him a head coach. You got a really good defensive coordinator. Defense won't be your problem for the most part this year. Good bandwagon to be on. But I am on the weather bandwagon. I am also on the LED lights bandwagon. And there were a lot of people that were kind of surprised that I liked it as much this past weekend. They know I'm a curmudgeon. They know I'm old. They know I'm cranky. They know I am the defender of the going band, the defender of the college experience for the most part. But I thought it was cool that you can incorporate the collegiate experience and still have the cool lighting stuff. I mean, one of the coolest things that Texas Tech did in the early mid-'80s, and some of y'all may be old enough to remember this, they did a halftime show. It was basically a tribute to the movie The Electric Horseman. All right? And the masked rider had the flash, the lights on, just like you see in the movie The Electric Horseman. Rising Star, name of the horse. Had him so doped up. Anyhow, this is really cool. That was modern stuff. It was really, and they turned out the lights, and the band had the little glow sticks on them and everything. It's cool. That was like that on steroids, you know. I am on the bandwagon of the LED light show. I can't wait to see how more stuff they utilize. United Supermarkets text line. United Supermarkets, good Facebook page. They put a lot of fun videos. They had tailgating tips on how to do really cool tailgating hot dogs. I've got it posted on my Facebook page. If you don't go to our Facebook page every day, you're missing out. Brian Hyatt's Raiderland. Problem with Tech is half of the stadium will leave by the middle of the third quarter if we're winning by 10 or losing by 14. Didn't seem like that last week. I don't know. Didn't seem like it. Damon, Coach Hyatt, what did you think when Aaron Rodgers went down Monday night? That's a great question. Heart went out to him. You know, he's overcome so many obstacles in his life. He's really had a tough go of it. Heart just truly went out to him, and to see that happen on the grand stage of Monday Night Football, just what a warrior. Tried to get up, tried to walk, couldn't do it. Didn't want to be seen on the cart, trying to console his young teammates at halftime. He's a true warrior. There, Aaron Rodgers. Let's do what West Virginia does for scheduling playing in FCS and 2 Power 5s. Yeah. No. Hey, Jordan, glad you're watching. John, Dallas defense is good, but the offense has Dak. You have a better than average NFL quarterback be asked to do above average things, and it will not translate well. You also favor the old double T. I'm old, but I like the new design. Well, you're wrong. You're flawed in your thinking, and you probably have other issues in your life that you need to look at and sort through from a doctrinal standpoint. Alan, Tech needs to hire a drone company to put on a horns down aerial show during a game this year. You've thought about that a lot. Yeah. You've thought about that a lot, haven't you? Make it happen. Do we get a season without the Aaron drama? It'll be worse. Now, it'll be worse. He doesn't have to even think about playing football. My God, it's going to be hideous. Bandwagons you are on, bandwagons you are off today, sports or otherwise. Ask Coach Hyatt questions. What does Tech gain by playing Tarleton? Not much. If you win, you were supposed to. The only thing you can gain is a negative, in my opinion. And we've seen that with 3 of the last 4 games. They beat the hell out of Murray State last year. Fred Murray, great American, fine actor, great school. Good to see them playing more football. Here's to Fred Murray. But you only learn negatives about your team against Stephen F. You only learn negatives against Houston Baptist. You won't learn anything positive. I'll sit here with you Saturday night and we'll go over a game where Tech probably kicks their butt and go, yeah, and you won't learn anything. You're not going to be better after playing, but you'll get reps. No, you won't. You would be better off playing an intra-squad game for money than these games. Damon, I'm on the Wyoming and the points bandwagon this Saturday. You know what? I confess, I don't even know what the line is on that. Give me the line. Give me the number on that real quick, what we're looking at. I guess I could. No, I'm not even going to mess with it. You guys can mess with it. Give me the line for that one. Alan Rogers will go live from his dark room. Pat McAfee show. It's going to be like a South Park episode. Yeah. Seems like we're desperate for a win regardless of the opponent. Yeah, you need a win. You're going to get the win. You were always going to get the win. Get the win. I mean, that's, yeah, you get a win. 28.5. Personally, and I know people who this time of year have no problem laying numbers. I look at any number above 28. 28, I would lay no problem. 28.5, I hate the hook there because you've got a backdoor cover. You've got things. Texas will probably win by that, though. Texas will probably beat the hell out of them. Don't disagree with you. Depth play. Sure, big deal. A win, though, helps their psyche a tad, even if it's TSU. Okay, but is their psyche bad right now? Because I'm told the psyche's not bad. I'm told they had a great lift on Monday morning. I'm told that after the Wyoming game that they were fine. Am I being lied to? Because I was told they don't need a lift. Perhaps I was being lied to. Perhaps I was being misled. I was told that the energy's great, that the attitude's great. Joey also said this team is better than last year. They may well be. They haven't played that way. Both things can be true. They can be better than last year's team and have hideously underachieved in certain aspects. They can be better than last year's team and have made critical decisions improperly, in my opinion, and still be better than last year and be 0-2. Hi, Gary. Glad you're watching. United Supermarkets text line allows you guys on Twitter and on YouTube to text in, just like the radio show. I will not see your comments because we use third-party streaming apparatus to use multiple platforms all at once. Wham! It's amazing. It's a miracle. You got to text in. 806-772-0197. You can have depth all you want, but there's only one true great equalizer. What's that? What's the equalizer? I'll drink while you tell me. I'll get to Dr. Birx there in a little bit. I think that UT went back to sleeping in their silk pajamas after beating Alabama. We'll see. These are games, though, typically that UT actually looks pretty good in. These are the people that UT beats bad, and then they think they're world beaters. So we'll see how they handle success. A little bit different deal, though, on this one. If your psyche is that fragile, you've got some problems. I agree. 100%. Bandwagons, you're on. Bandwagons, you're off. Ask Coach Hyatt questions. Generic questions for a generic coach. I am not playing the role of Joey McGuire or anybody else. Lane asks, Coach, is Texas back and for how long? That's a great question. I don't know where they've been. People keep always saying Texas is back. Texas is back. I don't know where they've been. They've been who they are for the most part for the last 50 years, which is they had one really good year with just a fantastic generational type college quarterback in Vince Young. And other than that, they've kind of been who they are, which is a team that typically doesn't live up to the hype and doesn't live up to anything else. So if that's back, then that's who they are. The Georgia Dunham great equalizer. Coach keeps referring to the brand. So far, we are not Walmart. We are close to Dollar General. Ouch. Ouch. That's harsh. What's wrong with Dollar General? I rolled into a Dollar General the other day. Kid needed some spray paint for homecoming. I don't ask questions. I don't know what that involves. Vandalism, I assume. I assume they're driving over to the town that they're playing and they're spray painting water towers. I assume that's what it's for. Dollar General is a fine institution. Don't be besmirching my Dollar General. Damn glad to have one in this fine town. You can get lots of stuff there. You really can. Let's see. Coach off the United Supermarkets text line. Coach, why couldn't Vince Young make it in the NFL? Everybody, once you get to the NFL, and that's a great question, everybody else is really big and really fast and takes away part of what makes you special. The other thing was that you couldn't duplicate the passing scheme that they worked with out of that zone read, which is really a great offensive concept that they had there in the early 2000s. As the zone read was coming into fashion, it allowed a triple play action threat with the quarterback as a threat that you had to account for. Obviously, the running back is a threat, and then the ability to throw it over the safety. And that's really what killed a lot of teams and what allowed Texas to get some wide open touchdowns, including a couple against Texas Tech and Dwayne Slay there in Lubbock, that it was just really, really effective. You can't do that in the National Football League very long. So after that, you have a drop down in your percentage, and typically your percentage doesn't get any better as it goes along. That was a really good question. Coach, who's more important to impress, a recruit's mom or dad? How hot's the mom? That's a great question. Here's a Wonderlic score. Just left Dollar General. Yeah. That's a good sign because one of the bandwagons I was off today that would appear hopefully that the debit card worked and everything else. When you wake up to text messages and emails of fraud alert on your bank account, that's always a way to start the day. But I am on the bandwagon. My bank did a nice job, the company they work with, of identifying properly that I was not in California, I was not in Arkansas, and was not doing some microtransactions. NFL, you know what that stands for? Not for long, baby. Not for long. Not on that bandwagon. Oh. You know, another bandwagon I'm not on is the idiots who can't figure out the turn lane and think it's a merge lane. I saw it again yesterday. Saw a dude drive down maybe 300 yards through the turn lane. This dude going down the turn lane, trying to merge, to his right. There's a car in the turn lane doing what it's supposed to do, going to turn. So this guy, does he stop? No. He goes around the car into the oncoming traffic lane, which was open, back into the turn lane, continuing on. I'm like, where the hell is a cop when you need him? Where the hell was the cop when I needed one right there? I'm like, I could have gone I could have gone Gomer and done citizen's arrest. I thought about it. I really thought about it. What can you gain by playing Tarleton State? We asked you that question tonight. What do you gain by playing Tarleton State? Put cones out to save your parking spot, bandwagon. Yeah. Here's to that. Happy homecoming. Texas Tribune first to report it's almost like Texas Tech pays them money or something. Oh, wait, Texas Tech does. And this was via release, so other people had it fairly quickly. Texas Tribune, Lubbock, Texas. Deborah L. Birx, the doctor and public health expert who served as White House coronavirus response coordinator during the peak of the pandemic, is joining the Texas Tech Health Science Center in Lubbock. Birx will serve as the center's presidential advisor and an adjunct professor at the Julia Jones Matthews School of Population and Public Health, the university announced Wednesday. Let's see. President of the Health Science Center, Lori Rice Spearman, said, Dr. Birx brings with her a distinguished background in global health and is known for leading improvement in healthcare on a national scope. We're honored to have her on the team and excited to welcome her to the Texas Tech University Health Science Center family. Her expertise will greatly contribute to efforts yielding science and service to people as we work with community partners to identify and address health challenges, specifically in rural areas of West Texas. Her position is partially funded with a gift from the Permian Strategic Partnership, a coalition of energy companies that focus on education, road safety, and healthcare, among many others in West Texas. I mean, sounds right up her alley, doesn't it? I mean, it just sounds exactly like everything, she's apparently known for. Her duties will include, this is according to KFYO.com, Chad Hasty Show. Support Tech's Health Science Center efforts in developing digital health literacy and overall health literacy and building rural health telehealth hubs in the service region. Assist in identifying and securing funding opportunities. Oh, she's a money whore. For the Health Science Center related to population and public health, telehealth, digital health initiatives, and identify opportunities for increased multiculturalism in healthcare, coupled with efforts to support chronic disease management in the service region. Why? Why hire her, Texas Tech? I've looked at her CV. That's Latin, darling. That's a fancy Latin term for her resume. And not a lot jumps out at the stuff that they're saying she's going to do that's good at it. Now, I guess they're trying to whore out money. But once again, she is an absolute failure in the largest thing she was ever tasked with. An unmitigated disaster of failure, who either did not know or knew certain policies were flawed and she was too weak to stand up for it. In my opinion, she is responsible for the deaths of many, many Americans, just like Dr. Fauci. In my opinion, she has been allowed to skate. In my opinion, she has tried to change the narrative. She came out a while back trying to sell a book and trying to massage and change some things. Nobody's ever responsible. But there were countless things that they knew were false in 2020 that they misled you on. And don't ever forget that. And the fact that Texas Tech is paying her, I think, is disgusting. It also belies, again, once more, that there is a growing disconnect between certain people at Texas Tech and the Health Science Center, with the region, with the people that is supposed to serve first and foremost. And that's where I disagree with many at Texas Tech on the quest for growth, just for the sake of growth, that all things are great as long as you're getting to 40,000 students and you're doing this and that. That where I disagree with them is that I think first and foremost, Texas Tech was created to serve West Texas. And they outline all these things that I don't think, that I'm not sure she's really good at, but whatever. And it really, they let the cat out of the bag. They're going to try to use her to whore out for money. All right, get on your back and go earn the money, doctor. Hope the scarf doesn't get in the way. But again, the disconnect that Texas Tech willfully demonstrates one more time that it has with the very people of West Texas that it's supposed to serve. She was antithetical to most of the values of most of the people. Texter says Tech is not paying her. The Texas Health Science Center is, two separate entities. No, they're all under the same banner. I consider it Texas Tech. So if you want me to say the Health Science Center, is Dr. Mitchell still under? Yeah. You can say two separate entities all you want. Don't play word games with me. Don't play word games with me. It's Texas Tech, and it's one more example of the disconnect and the disregard, I think. But of all the people to hire, there's nobody out there from rural healthcare experts, multicultural. There's nobody out there From here? Because I was told that from here it's possible. You see, I was told that from here you can do anything. Huh. But of all the people in the United States of America in 2023 that you could hire, Texas Tech said, yeah, we'll go with her. Why? Why? Let's see. I'm not going to say. She's not a heifer. Lady Fauci is going to educate those drivers. Misled the president of the American public. President Trump thought Birx and Fauci were good people to listen to. Yeah, he should have got rid of them. I think one of his biggest missteps and misfailings, obviously, in his presidency was certainly that. I think he was so caught up in the moment of the election, in the coming election, that perhaps it clouded his judgment. He was told that if you get rid of them, that it'll cost you the election. It probably would have won him the election had he dumped them. But different story, different deal. But again, of all the people, that's who you hire. That you have all of these choices. Great Texas Tech graduates, great people who understand West Texas. What the hell does she know about West Texas? And again, in looking at what they're saying she's going to do, other than whoring out for money, because that's what you do when you're with the CDC and when you're with the level that she has functioned at with the Dr. Fauci, that's really all it's about. It's about acquisition of power and money. So I guess maybe on one hand, she is hyper qualified for what it is that Texas Tech apparently wants, which is money. Damn everything else, we want the money. We don't care who we got to hire to get it. We want the money. Never mind who we got to use. Oh, if you think she's moving to Lubbock, forget it. Yeah, there's no way she's moving to Lubbock. She will not live here. She will not have a house in Lubbock, Texas. Ain't no way. No. She'll grift. She'll get her money. She ain't coming here. But I guess I have learned something today from Texas Tech that from here it's not possible. That we don't have qualified people to do what it is that they say they need done. That we don't have that. And that the best qualified person is Dr. Birx. Good to know. Good to know, Lori, whatever your name is. Good to know. Unbelievable. All right, you guys can do a few things for us. You can share the message. You can put this on Twitter. You can put it on Facebook. You can put it on wherever you want to put it. And, well, be careful with that. It could leave a mark. We'll be back tomorrow, either or Thursday. Check that out on the website, theraiderland.com. Take care of all great sponsors. They're fantastic West Texans through and through. Wonderful folks that make this happen each and every single day. And you guys are good, too. Not bad on the Ask Coach Hyatt today as we get that back going. Not bad on that. Bandwagon's pretty good, I would say. And I think we finally figured out what Texas Tech will get out of playing Tarleton is a W. And that's it. All right, follow us on Twitter at Ryan Hyatt Media, the website, theraiderland.com. And, of course, we're on Facebook, Ryan Hyatt's Raiderland. The show never ends. We just pause every now and then to regroup and remount. Now, we've got to say goodbye to our people on Twitter and our people on YouTube. It says in stream. Yes, in stream.